a record $886 billion for national defense. U.S. President Joe Biden has signed the law on defense budget for 2024. Earlier, the draft budget was approved by both houses of Congress. The document extends the term of Ukraine's Security Assistance Initiative. Until then, Kyiv will receive $300 million in the current fiscal year, which is until the end of September 2024. The money will be used for the production of weapons to be sent to Ukraine rather than for direct deliveries from arsenals in the USA.
We can view the approval of the budget, the U.S. defense budget for the fiscal year, as the beginning of the Republicans deciding to provide Ukraine with funding for the period up to mid-January, conditionally after all, while they further negotiate the terms of the compromise.
$300 million is only a small part of the aid Kyiv is waiting for from Washington. At the end of October, President Biden asked Congress for $61 billion to help Ukraine. The relevant bill has become the subject of discussion among American parliamentaries. However, a positive decision can be expected, political analysts say.
It will be at level of $60 billion, maybe even more, and we cannot rule out that the overall process of agreeing a compromise on the southern border may be somewhat delayed. Then I do not rule out that the $60 billion may not be allocated in full at once, but in parts.
Ukraine will also be able to receive missiles for Patriot surface-to-air missile system from the United States. We are talking about the PAC-2 and PAC-3 modifications. Japan will provide the United States with similar missiles. The country has had a ban on arms export for almost 50 years, but on December 22nd, the rules were softened.
These changes are tactical, but they are essentially strategic. Whereas before, Japan could only supply high-tech things like aircraft, missiles, armored vehicles to the countries with which it developed them. Because before that, it had a neutral status. It didn't even have an armed forces. Nowadays, things are changing dramatically because the geopolitical situation is changing.
New military aid for Ukraine has been allocated by Finland. This package is the 21st. The defense ministry did not specify what kind of weapons it contained.
Finland will provide more military aid to Ukraine. It is estimated that it will cost Finland about 106 million euros. Finland is committed to supporting Ukraine in both the short and long term. The total value of the defense equipment package we are supplying is now 1.6 billion euros. From a statement on the website of the Finnish Ministry of Defense, quoting the country's defense minister Antti Häkkänen.
Germany has also provided Ukraine with a new package of military aid. According to the German government, it will include, among other things, Gepard anti-aircraft systems, ammunition for Leopard tanks, vector reconnaissance UAVs, and artillery shells. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Valeria Nekapelova, UATV News.